Hello everyone, good evening and welcome. It is time for our weekly American Truck Simulator stream here on DSPGaming. And once again, as you can see, game change detected, because again tonight we will have a new DLC. Thank you to Buckwell, who donated the Iowa State DLC in advance. So now Iowa is unlocked in the game, and I think that's what we will do tonight. Why not go to Iowa and drive around Iowa, see what jobs are there, and see, you know, what the scenery looks like while we chill together like usual, right? So that's how we'll start. We have a White Claw in hand. That's right. It's been many, many weeks since I had a White Claw. Well, White Claw has returned. This is a leftover blackberry hard seltzer surge. This is the 8%, I think. 8% concentration liquor in this White Claw. All right, here we go. Oh, it sprayed again. Man, even with my hand there trying to stop it, it still explodes. Hopefully just landed on the chair, not on the keyboard. I think so. I don't see any on the keyboard, so that's good. Okay, here we go. Blackberry White Claw Surge. Let's see if it's any good, because I don't remember. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's kind of middle of the road for me. Just okay. All right. Where is Iowa? I don't even know. Holy crap. It's the easternmost state that we have. Look, it's all the way over here. We still have the Missouri and the Kansas DLCs that we have not unlocked yet. And I actually believe that they're working on more right now, correct? Didn't they say they were working on Louisiana? I think they're working on like this and maybe some of these up here eventually. So, all right. There is only one point in Iowa we can go to, Des Moines. Des Moines is the capital city of Iowa State. So let's go to Des Moines, Iowa, and let's see what kind of jobs are available, shall we? Do I like Smirnoff Ice? When I was younger, I liked it, but now I find it way too sweet. If I'm gonna have one of these alcoholic beverages, I like one that has like low sugar. So like White Claws have low sugar. Those juice drinks I was drinking have relatively low sugar. So, okay, where, I want to see where we are. Where are we on the world map? Well, first of all, let me see, what's my gas and everything looking like? How are we doing with gas? Oh, we're full. No, okay, we actually finished. We reloaded last time. Let's look at the jobs. Okay, so here we are, Des Moines. All right, what kind of jobs do we got coming out of Des Moines? Damn, there is a $15,000 job that goes from Des Moines, Iowa to Columbus, Nebraska. It is a mobile screener. What is a mobile screener? I don't even know what that is. A mobile screener. I have no clue what that is. So, I mean, it looks like a huge thing that might be a little challenging to drive, so maybe that's a good one for tonight to start. Definitely it's a good payday. Here's one that will go to Kansas. Kind of interesting. It's a 3-stater, right? This one, you know what? How about this one? The reason I say it, number one, it's completely unique. It's 3 Peterbilt trucks together. I don't think we've ever done that before, like 3. And also, it stays in Iowa. So we can maybe then potentially drive further easter to Iowa, you know, the other parts of Iowa. I think I want to do that. All right, so yeah, here it is. 3 Peterbilt trucks, and this is in Iowa. Iowa to Iowa. And in fact, take a look at this. It's considered high value, important delivery, fragile, and has a special articulated trailer. Sounds interesting. Buckwell says that a mobile screener is a construction vehicle that cleans dirt out of debris, and clean dirt will shoot out the other end. It's good to know. I didn't know what the heck that was. Okay. I think I'm going to do this one. Let's do the Peterbilt trucks. That sounds fun. Okay, ready? Our first job of the night. That is not what I wanted to do. There we go. Almost forgot how to do the adjustments. All right, ready? Put it in gear. Let's get going for tonight. Let's get started. The Peterbilt truck dealer has been discovered. Wait a minute. We're not picking up the Peterbilt trucks from this dealer. That's weird. We're at the truck dealer and we're not picking up the trucks from the dealer. I guess we're picking it up from right across the street over here then. All right. Look a little bit slightly to the left so I can see that rearview mirror a little better. Okay. Big Phil did a $2 super chat. He says, what's going on? Not much, Big Phil. We're just beginning. We're heading over here to try to get our first job of the night, which is going to be 3 Peterbilt trucks in the new state of Iowa, which we have not actually driven in yet. This is our first time in Iowa. Again, thank you to Buckwell for donating this DLC so we can check this out tonight. I wonder what we will find in the state of Iowa. Very good. For some reason, Buckwell, you got auto-modded by the AI mod on Kick. It says hate speech, but you didn't say any hate speech. It says don't forget to start upgrading your truck engine. Oh, dude, you said a word that you can't say. It's considered bad slang. Oh, what the hell? Was that the dealer? It's sending me in a circle? Why did it do that? Why the hell is it sending me in a circle? So basically he says to upgrade my transmission and my engine is what he's telling me to do. You can't say what you said. He said an abbreviated kind of transition. He said that in the chat. That's not allowed. They think that it's something else. That's a bad word. Problems. I'm just going to do a U-turn. Screw this. Illegal U-turn. Making an illegal right turn here. There we go. Getting some super chats, and it looks like a tip might have come in as well. I'll take a look in a sec. Thank you, guys. Right here. How dumb that it was where I started. Oh, wait. Where's the entrance? What the? It's right over here. Well, that was a quick trip. Okay, so we're gonna do the 3 Peterbilts. There it is. Okay, we gotta go pick them up. Where are they? All the way in the back. Looks like they're in the back. And then I will do some shout outs after we pick these up. Love that. That's a Sonic the Hedgehog 1-up sound effect when you earn a 1-up for collecting 100 rings. And I love it. It's a classic. Okay. Here we go. Oh shit. I wasn't looking. I started reading chat, which is not a good idea when you're trying to do this. There we go. This is a special articulated trailer, which means it's probably gonna each Peterbilt will probably move slightly differently to take turns and stuff, I think. Okay, shout out. So first of all, Big Phil did $2. Thank you, Big Phil. Rusty did a $2 super chat. What steering wheel are you using? This is the Logitech G. Is it 920? It's 920, is it not? I think it's the G920. And then I've got the joystick shifter next to it that came with it as part of the set. And it actually came with the pedals as well. It came as a set on Amazon. The whole thing you bought as a package. So thank you to Rusty. And then Griffin did a $2 super chat. Love your streams. Truck Sim's my fave. I'm glad to hear that, guys. Thank you for your support tonight. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the Truck Sim chill vibes. right? And if a Cowboy fan, no. I incorrectly assumed that the dollar tip would be from Ava Cowboy Fan, because usually Ava Cowboy Fan does a whole bunch of tips that are like $1 or $2. No, I got a dollar tip from The Dark Side Child Returns. I discovered a bunny streamer like Theo the Rabbit Bun. I have no idea what you're talking about. Who, unlike the Rabbit Bun, aren't a hater and a troll. My cousin who you know here watches the Rabbit and was giving good words to you on their stream. Oh, I don't know anything about anything you're talking about. Like, I literally have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for the dollar. I really have no clue what anyone's... I pay no attention to this stuff. It's best to just stay in your lane and pay attention to the stuff that you know. Tag did a $5 super chat. He says, can we get Dexter Resurrection episode reviews when you watch them? Maybe. Like I said, I'm not watching it yet. Simply because, for them to understand, there's still many episodes left. There's still like... I guess someone said they were on episode 8, but there's like 10 or more episodes, so I don't want to start watching it and then have to wait to see more episodes. I'd rather like binge watch over a course of a few days over the time that I have to watch it. So I'll get around to watching it eventually. So thank you for that, Tag. And Captain DCW, good evening. How are you? Good to see you. Okay. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's get on our first job of the night. What is my favorite film? Oh, it's a tough question. It would either be between 8mm film or microfilm. I can't decide. You can't ask me to decide between those two. Those are my two favorites. So, okay. Anyway. All right, I'm not even going to check. I'm just going to go. Not even going to check. Look behind us. Oh, man, that is a crazy articulated trailer. Man, that thing is really long. I got to be careful with these turns. It's a really, really long trailer. Dang. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, look, we're in the grass. Damn. Okay. Youth in Asia says the bonus levels in Sonic 2 to get the gems, the emeralds that is, are really hard to do if you play with Tails. Yeah, I would say, I do think that the bonus stages in Sonic 1 are the hardest of like all of them. You remember Sonic 1 was the stupid rotating maze. Sonic 2 was the half pipe that you had to run around and avoid bombs and collect rings. Sonic 3 was the 3D top-down maze where you had to spin. Remember that? But I would say Sonic 1's the hardest. Sonic 2 is no cakewalk. The final few stages are challenging. There's a few there that are pretty tough. Well, happy early birthday to you, Captain. He says his birthday's coming up, I think, on Friday here. Good to hear. Hope you have something good planned. When will I buy my next big rig? You know, I haven't really done much with my money, if you haven't noticed. So I wonder how much they cost and if I can do an upgrade. I don't know if I should just buy a whole new big rig or if I should upgrade my engine and transmission on this existing one. I don't know what the best way to go is on that. If anyone has advice. That's true. The bonus stage on Sonic 2 is kind of tough because Tails would be dumb and he would inadvertently walk into the bombs and cause you rings. You're right. I remember when I was playing Sonic 2 years ago on my Sega Genesis Mini that we got, that I was having some issues with, you know, Tails being an idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, Infinite177 just gifted 10 freaking subs on Kick. 10. Not only will that be the top contribution of the night, that's going to get us to our tier 1 goal. So I think what we'll do, let's let the animations run out. And once they run out, then we'll do our celebration. Okay? Cool. Thank you, Infinite177. Incredibly generous. So we've already hit a goal. Oh, that's right. We were talking about this on the pre-stream. All contributions are actually AI that I program. It's just me contributing to myself, obviously, because we all know that no one likes me, and there's no way that anyone would ever contribute to my content. So, obviously, these are all just AI bots that I've programmed to give fake contributions to myself. Don't ask me how I would actually be in business if that were the case. You would think I would have lost my house years ago, but, you know, funny how that works. Anyway, so, once that, oh, there you go. Infinite177 says, no, actually, I am ICS. Ah! Well, at least Infinite has fessed up that they are ICS. There you go. That's Iron Chef Sakai, also known as Insane Clown. What did I say it was earlier? Oh, Irritable Clown Syndrome. That's what I called it earlier. Irritable Clown Syndrome. So thank you for that. Anyway, so we have hit the first goal. I want to let the animations play out first, and then I will update the leaderboard. But thank you guys. So now we're up to 16. That means 4 goals to go for DSP Tries It, the adult Happy Meal from McDonald's this week, of which I'm going to try both versions, the chicken nugget and the, whatchamacallit, the, quarter pounder with cheese versions. I'm going to try both. That way we'll get 2 toys, all right? That could be as soon as, likely Wednesday. I don't think we're going to hit it before Wednesday. It could be Wednesday, it could be Thursday, depending on levels of support. So, I mean, we just started tonight. We're in prime position. I could possibly hit 2 goals tonight, and if I do, we're going to do the DSP Tries It likely on Wednesday, all right? So, if you like the content, please support it. Let's get some going here. We already got great momentum thanks to everyone who has supported early on. If we hit a second goal and then actually do DSP Tries It on Wednesday, that would be pretty cool. What is the drink? The drink is White Claw Surge Blackberry flavor. 8% alcoholic volume. All right, put it on cruise control here. As soon as these animations run out, I will update the leaderboard and do the celebration. There's a lot of ass kicking on Kick tonight. Would I consider streaming on Twitch again? No. I would not stream on Twitch again unless I absolutely had to. What is this? Looks like there's some traffic going on. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm breaking brakes. Holy crap, why is this guy stopped dead? What an idiot. I gotta go, but all these cars are so fast. Here we go. The guy stopped completely dead. All because what? There's a guy got pulled over? Big deal. Don't ask me why we stopped like that for one guy getting pulled over. That's weird. Anyway, what was I saying? Big Phil did a super chat. Chiakat gifted 5 memberships. Wow, we've got crazy support right now. All right, here's what we'll do. Let's update the leaderboard. Well, actually, no, I gotta wait for these animations to play out now, because I'm gonna do the celebration, but I don't want to cancel out your guys' contributions, okay? So let's go. Let's let all these animations play, and once these are done, then I will do the shout-outs and update the leaderboard. Thank you, guys. We got memberships, we got subs, we got tips, we got super chats. We got all the flow tonight. Maximum flow. So anyway, would I stream on Twitch again? No. Why would if you don't know the story, I would never stream on Twitch again because they treated me incredibly unprofessionally. Within 1 month, they said I was no longer eligible for the partner program because of hateful conduct. Now, what hateful conduct do I actually do? Think about this. Do I say anything racist? No. Do I say anything sexist? No. What hateful conduct? There's no hateful conduct. I don't do that stuff. I could see if I was like some kind of political commentator and I was saying things about certain groups of people, or, you know, if I was someone talking about religion and I said something offensive about a religion. I don't do anything like that. So they kicked me out of the partner program. When I asked them to provide evidence of what I did wrong, because I didn't believe I did anything wrong and I needed to know what they were talking about so I could improve, they told me, we don't have to tell you. That's what they actually said. We just don't have to tell you, but you can reapply for the partner program in a year. Well, what's the point of reapplying if you didn't tell me what I did wrong so I don't do it again, right? But then on top of that, I said, well, you know, I have a good following that I built up over 5 years on Twitch. Let me still stick around and see if I can make a living just on tips. So I said, forget Forget subs, forget super chats, or over there they're actually called bits, right? Forget all that. Instead, let's just see if I can do tips. They shut down my stream midstream saying that I said the N-word. I said, no, I did not say the N-word, you complete idiots. Go watch the content, because I dare you to review it and tell me that I said the N-word if you review it. They reviewed it and said, oh, we're sorry, we made a horrible mistake, you actually didn't do it. We'll remove your channel suspension. At that point, I said, I don't want to be on your business anymore. I don't want to use you. Because if I use your site at any moment, some idiot can mass report me for something I didn't do. Someone in your company can make some knee-jerk reaction that they don't like me, and you'll just kick me out of everything, and I don't want to be at a place like that. Now, I'm not saying that I've never had issues at all with YouTube or anything like that, but at least on YouTube, if they've ever had an issue with me, they clearly explain to me what the issue is. They tell me, they'll give you a timestamp in the video of what you did wrong, and they'll explain this is what you can't do so you can be better for the future. That's what I need. And by the way, on YouTube, you get a strikes policy where it's levels of escalation. Like if you make one offense, okay, little slap on the wrist. 2 offenses, all right, maybe you can't stream for a couple days, right? Stuff like that. On Twitch, they literally just said, you're out of the partner program instantly. For what? Oh, we don't have to tell you. The hell is that? How is that professional? So that's why I never, ever want to go back there. I don't know why anyone would. Because the things I hear like, oh, exposure. There's no exposure on Twitch. The exposure on Twitch is exactly the same as everywhere else. It's way, way overpopulated with streamers. It's impossible, absolutely impossible, to actually be able to get noticed on Twitch. You know, at least on YouTube, I already have... This thing's going to rear end me, isn't it? At least on YouTube, I already have an established, you know, presence. But on Twitch, you know, it's like, do you really want me to start over? I can't start over completely. Trying to build, you know, so screw Twitch. It's just not worth it. It's really not. So I'm never going to go back there and be demonetized and have all horrible things happen to me. Okay, it looks like I had to take a detour, sadly. This is going to make the job take a lot longer now because they closed off that road. All right, so everyone hold on, because I have a ridiculous amount of shout-outs to do. So, we had the 10 gifted subs from Infinite177. Let's start with that. Thank you so much, Infinite. That is amazing. So just with that, we're at 155, okay? And with that, that means that we have hit 1 goal for tonight. We're now up to 16 out of 20 goals hit. So let's do our little celebration for that. Thank you all for your continued support of American Truck Simulator. Certainly never, you know, 3.5, 4 months ago when we started this, did I ever think that it would have this level of success and that people would love it as much as they do, but they do. You guys come out, hang out, and support, and I really, really appreciate it. Thanks to Buckwell for yet again donating a new DLC for us to check out. I hope that you guys are enjoying the content and the fun times here with me with the Truck Sim streams. All right. So now 4 more goals to go for DSP Tries It. So let's continue here. We've got Big Phil did a $2 super chat. Drive that car, Phil. Thank you. Riding the Wave did a $2 super chat. He talks a lot, but good content. Thank you, Riding the Wave. Big Phil did a $2 super chat and said, Phil, Phil, Phil. So thank you guys. That's another $6 of super chats. I got 5 gifted subs from Chak Axe. That's $15 of support. Thank you, Chak Axe. That gets us up to 176. Nerve Center did a $2 super chat. DSP sold me the N-word behind the school. Whoa. That's a whole other different thing. Jeez. All right. Anyway, thanks for $2. And so I got a $1.50 tip. Ava Cowboy fan says, I think that could be someone that's trying to indirectly troll me. I don't know. I've been watching a rabid streamer and giving them good words about you. This dark side child was saying in stream he'll report me and tell Phil about my actions. What? Kind of the same thing with what happened before. Oh, when someone said you were on someone else's stream and you were modding for them, but they were a detractor or something like that. All right. He says, big ups to the person who tipped $5 asking about Dexter Resurrection reviews and opinions from you. I'd be down for that too. All right. I'm sure I'd be okay to talk about it after I watched it. So, all right. So we're now at 179 in support out of our goal of 300. We hit 300. We hit a second goal tonight, which would be amazing and get us really great momentum towards doing the DSP tries of the adult Happy Meal as early as possible, you know, this week. Like I said, I would love to do it Thursday at the latest because Thursday's my last day of streaming this week, but I would like to do it on Wednesday if possible. So hitting a double goal tonight would help a lot with that, obviously. We'd be all the way up to 17, only 3 to go. That'd be amazing. So let's go. ID Realism, how are you tonight? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Now my truck's moving like molasses. Ugh. Do I have to get off here? See, I turned off the GPS, so it's a little bit trickier now. I think we're getting off the exit. Yes, we are. I have no GPS. I have to pay a little bit more attention now. Any update on the crimp situation? So far, so good. So far, there's been no refunding of any subs, whether crimps or ethers. Perhaps they'll both be good. I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, as long as there is no refund, we are doing GTA 4 as a day stream, and we're gonna start the Ballad of Gay Tony as soon as we finish the story, and that will begin next week. All right. So hopefully it's all good and kosher and it sticks, and we're all set.
Spinning bottom kick.
Big Phil did a $2 super chat. He says, I was getting angry. What are you getting angry about, Big Phil? What happened? Why are you upset? When does it clear? So, I've already explained this earlier. I'll reiterate. Kick is very bizarre, okay? Kick considers the middle of Tuesday the end of their week. Figure that out. I've never heard of another business that considers the middle of Tuesday the end of their week, but they do. So anything you earn up to the middle of Tuesday counts for a week, and then they cut it off. Then that's when they do their calculations on how much they owe you and if it's all legit or not. Yeah, I do have to wait. I have to wait for this. And then you get paid on Thursday for that. Usually it comes through, I'd say around like midday on Thursday, okay? So I will know by Thursday if the payment comes through or not, if we're good or not, okay? I'll be able to lock it in by the end of Thursday and tell you. Theodore says, what are some of your favorite Sonic stage musics? Man, I would say, it is, let's see. Well, first of all, Sonic CD. Like, half the soundtrack of Sonic CD is super sick, but I don't know the names of the tracks. I don't. I just know that the music is good because I used to have Sonic CD on an actual CD. You could play the audio from it, and all the time I would pop that sucker into my CD player and just play the tracks because the music was so effing good. So Sonic CD soundtrack is absolutely outstanding. And then I would say Sonic 2. A lot of the Sonic 2 stuff, like the Stage 2 Sonic 2, one of my favorite Sonic songs of all time. As well as the aerial stage when you're flying on the plane. Dude, that song is awesome. It's like so relaxing and calming. And then I would say the boss themes, classic boss themes is excellent. And then I would even go as far to say Sonic Adventure. Title theme, Open Your Heart. I love that. That was like the first Sonic song. You know, Sonic CD had some lyrics too, but I think the opening theme of Sonic Adventure is like super, super cool. It's like our actual full-on rock band and everything playing it. Come on, get over. I need to get over. Come on. What's this? What the hell? What? Oh, we got a problem, guys. What just happened? What am I supposed to do? The game tells me to go this way and it's blocked, so I'm stuck. What am I supposed to do? This has never happened before. It's screwed up. Can I turn left? Like...
Hitting the bottle kick.
I hit someone behind me? Well, what was I supposed to do, you stupid game? That ain't my fault. I guess this is one way to do it. I don't know how else I could have possibly done that, right? It was messed up. They closed off the way that they wanted me to go, and there was no other way to figure it out. So, American Truck Sim. I'm sure. What would I mean, obviously a trucker wouldn't hit an invisible wall, so it just seems like a glitch. Because if you didn't notice, what happened is they rerouted me, and I think that the job would have been able to be done if they didn't reroute me. But because they rerouted me, it was going to make me drive through a state that was locked. I think that's exactly what it was. They were going to try to get me to drive through one of the state DLCs I don't have yet. So because of that, they gave me an invisible wall, so I couldn't use this connector to go on where I needed to go. That's what I think happened. I could be wrong, but I have no other clue why that would have just happened. Very bizarre. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Ideal Realism says, excellent gameplay in CVS 2 last Friday. Your joke team really is something compared to your strong team. Definitely don't underestimate Phil. Oh, it's not a joke team. That's a team that I'm learning. My serious team in Capcom vs. SNK 2 is Vega, Cammy, Blanca. Okay? In that order. That's the team I used to use in tournaments back in the day. Now, to be frank, I wasn't good. I was okay. I would do decent, but I would never win a tournament or anything in that game. How I'm playing now, like the level that I'm playing now is actually higher than I used to play at. Seriously, like I'm playing better now online than I used to do in tournaments. My Blanca actually has improved a lot, I feel. So, the characters that I'm trying to learn are Chun-Li and Guile. So, that team, whenever you see me picking Chun-Li or Guile, I'm essentially learning mode. Now, the thing is, I've actually learned a lot about those characters, and I'm actually doing well with them. Like, my Chun-Li, I would argue, is really whooping some people's butts. I've gotten one character victories with Chun-Li. My Guile is good, but I don't think that Guile is too high tier. I don't think he is high tier in CVS 2. So, it's hard to use him, but I'm trying, and I feel like I've done pretty well learning Guile and doing pretty well with matchups and stuff. He's just not that good. He doesn't really even have a solid anti-air move, so. But anyway, yeah, it's not that that's my joke team if I use Chun-Li or Guile, but it's that that's the characters I'm still in the process of trying to learn and improve with, as opposed to, you know, Vega, Cammy, Blanca, I've used many, many years, and I'm just refining that gameplay rather than learning from scratch. Oh crap, we're getting off. Again, no GPS telling me that I have to get off. I'm like, oh, taking a left here. We got a green light, we can go. What sucks is my trailer got damaged, but there's not much I could have done about that. Oh, by the way, the job's done. Holy crap, we're finishing the job already. And since we got into an accident, but I couldn't even see who I hit. Yeah, Guile, overall, like I said, when I was playing with Guile, I was learning him from scratch. I didn't even know if he was good in CVS2. I still don't know if he's good in CVS2. I just picked him and started using him. And then I started winning. I was like, oh, I guess he must not be that bad if I'm winning. I have no idea. We'd have to ask King Crimson. King Crimson is the CVS2 expert from my streams who knows the most about it. Oh, we found another Peterbilt truck dealer. All right. No, we're not going to do that. Here we go. So we still got an excellent rating despite the fact that I got the trailer hit. We're on our way to level 15 almost, which is cool. All right, excellent. We got an urgent delivery bonus, which was nice. Yeah. All right. So Big Phil had done 2 super chats. The first one, he says, I was getting angry, and I asked what he was getting angry at, and then we had the incident on stream here. And then Big Phil did another $2 super chat, Angry O Phil. I don't know what that means, but thank you for 2 more super chats, Big Phil. So now we're up to 183 of support. Thank you guys so very much. 183, and the first hour hasn't even passed yet. That is amazing. Thank you guys. I got another $1 tip from Ava Cowboy Fan. I guess the person had good questions for you. I would also like to ask you, if you happen to be a VTuber, do you think things would have changed for you? Was the incident one of your greatest regrets from being a streamer? And how did you handle it at that time? Well, interesting questions. Hold on, let me get down the leaderboard. I'll answer those, but let me get the next job set up and everything. Okay, so thank you for that. Let's quickly check. How's my gas and everything doing? Let me see. Yep, we need to rest. We don't really need the gas, but we need to rest. I wonder if there's any way to get that rest meter not to deplete so much, because, man, it depletes fast, right? All right, good news is we got beds and gas right across the street. This is like, this is actually literally the shortest distance we ever had to go to get gas and a rest stop in this game so far, so this is good. Nathan Smith, 47 months as a member tonight, says, Phil, how you doing? I am doing well, Nathan. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well, and it's good to see you. Okay. All right, so let's go do this quick. So, first of all, what if I would have been a VTuber? Would things have been different? Dude, I don't even know. I mean, you gotta understand, I've been around since the early days of YouTube content creation. You're talking about 2008 is when I started, right? I don't even know when VTubers began. I don't know how you would have even done it like back in the day. I don't think it was possible, right? Like back in the day, there was no program that would scan you, movement, and add an AI-generated anime character over you. Like, how the hell would you have done that back then? You couldn't. It wasn't possible. Back then, it was either you hide your face entirely, or you reveal your face on camera and you're the real you. There was no acting that you're someone else and stuff like that. You know what I mean? By the way, I have nothing against VTubers or anything like that. If they want to do it and people like it, you know, go for it. For me personally, I think I would just prefer to have the real me on screen. That way there's no big mystery and there's no incorrectly, how can I say? There's no one guessing who I am or what I look like. Like, I'll give you an example. The first year I did content, I didn't show my face. It was almost a whole entire year, okay? So imagine you didn't know, you never seen me before, but you only heard my voice. Would you say that you think that my voice fits my body? I'm just curious, like, from everyone here tonight, would you say that my voice fits my body and how I look and all that? Or do you think that my voice is actually a little bit deceptive? What does everyone think? You do think my voice fits my body. Some people say no, and some are saying yes. I've watched you too long to give a fair answer. I mean, that's a fair take, I guess. I want to sleep. They're gonna let me? Here we go. Okay. So, basically, when I started on YouTube, all right, and I didn't show my face for about a year, and then I started showing my face. When I finally showed my face, I'm not kidding you, some people accused me of faking it and saying that's not really you. They were like, dude, that's no way that's your voice, because your body, you know, back then, keep in mind, I was like really fat too, okay? So I was a bigger looking guy, and they were like, dude, your body is like big, and then your voice is like kind of mid to high pitched. And so there's no way. We thought that, you know, if you guys like you, that look like you, we think that you would have a deep voice. And you don't. And that's really, really bizarre. Like, we never thought that that would have been you. You know, hearing your voice, people used to say, we thought that you were like a Poindexter, freaking, like the angry video game nerd. Like, we thought you'd have like a button-down shirt, nerdy glasses, you'd be skinny, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, no, not even close, right? So anyway, that's what I mean. Like, imagine if I was a VTuber. If I were a VTuber, I probably could have made any avatar up besides me, and then people would have bought it. But because I was me, a lot of people, you know, would have never thought that that's what I looked like. So I guess I'm kind of... Oh, there's a train coming by, look. Wait a minute, is this where I'm going? Where are we? We're in Sioux City. Let's see what jobs are available, okay? Oh, let's see here. So, we're in Sioux City. Here we go, Sioux City. Ooh, 20,000, a bromine tanker. This will take us straight across Iowa in the other direction. Okay. What is this? Why does this have this on it? See that? I don't know. What is that checkered color? It's a service boat. That's kind of cool. But that way, I don't want to do that one. We're going to go right back to where we came from. Yeah, you know what? I want to do... We can either do this one, logs, or we can do this one. This one's way more money, so let's do the bromine, okay? It means cops are with you? Oh, wow. Because it's an oversized load, cops go with you? Oh, that's interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. All right. Well, I want to do bromine. Let's do the bromine tanker. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for this train to go by, and then I can get the bromine. Okay. So, like I said, VTuber stuff wasn't available when I started, and quite frankly, I think it would have been more confusing to my audience to do a VTuber that looks totally different, or, you know, if I had done a VTuber that looked like me, no one would have believed it. It was, oh, he made that up or whatever. That's an avatar, right? Now, as for your second question, about the incident 9 years ago, I've talked about this many times. I don't shy away from talking about it, because the real reason that I survived the incident is because I owned it, and because I made a joke out of it and I laughed with it while the whole world was laughing at me. I laughed too. I feel like if I had done it the opposite and instead I had been like offended or tried to hide it as a secret or said it didn't happen, it would have been very poorly for me. You know, it probably would have been the end. But instead, I treated it like, you know, a stupid, embarrassing, funny thing that could have happened to anyone, and it panned out well. Now, hold on 1 second here. Get this. To be honest, I feel like I am pretty lucky in that regard. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I was a unique guy in a situation where so many people on the internet at that point were already making fun of me for, like, this is how you don't play and stuff, that it didn't really matter that there was another thing that they were trying to tack on that was embarrassing. If everyone is already saying, this guy is a joke, he's a bad gamer, and all of this. Keep in mind, this was before I was an interactive streamer. I didn't do anything like I'm doing right now. It was more just doing raw playthroughs and trying to put out quality playthroughs, right? So, here we go. There we are. So, yeah, like, because already people had kind of made me out to be a joke on the internet and stuff like that, I think that's why I was able to laugh it off and people laughed at me, but it was okay. Like, if it was the first time you ever heard about DSP and that's what you heard, you probably would have been like, what the hell? Who is this degenerate loser? But people already knew who Dark Side Phil was, and they're like, oh my God, now that's an embarrassing thing that happened to him, right? Also, let's be very honest here. I was very lucky that absolutely nothing was shown. Because the truth of the matter is, nothing was shown whatsoever. Nothing. It was just my stupid O-face, awful resolution, peach fuzz, no audio. You didn't see what I was looking at. Obviously, there was no nudity or anything. No, really, it was not true sexual content. There's more sexual content shown in a movie like American Pie than was in that clip, right? So I was very lucky. Because if I had shown anything, or if there was actually audio that had been captured or something, oh boy, that probably would have definitely been like not able to come back from. But I did get lucky in that regard, okay? Now, a lot of people say, well, how did that whole go down and everything? It's honestly, it's a pretty simple story. It's just a sad one. And I've told it before. Some people to this day accuse me of faking it. Are you insane? You think I would fake something like that? It's like I've said, it was my most embarrassing moment of my life. And like the one silver lining I take out of it is that no matter what happens to me for the rest of my life, I've already experienced my most embarrassing moment. There's no way I could have a more embarrassing moment than that. Really, like what else could there be more embarrassing than that? So I'm good in that regard. I got it out of my system relatively early, right? I floored the brakes and the truck didn't stop. I don't know what happened. I floored the brakes and the truck didn't stop. God damn it. All right, well, this car is just not going to move. I got to back up. It doesn't seem to want to move. He just tried to back into me, by the way. Did you see that? All right, so that's called momentum. Oh, I don't know about that. What's momentum? Anyway. So in regards to the incident, now that the most embarrassing moment has happened, you know, I honestly think like things have slowly gotten better since then. Honestly, if you want to know the truth, that really was the low point of my life. So what's the story behind it? It's not complicated at all. At that time frame, things were falling apart for me. This was 9 years ago, okay? Things were falling apart for me piece by piece my entire life. So first of all, I moved out here in 2014. I lived in Connecticut originally, but I basically spent like all of my money that I had earned on YouTube for this move. To buy the house, to move across the country, to furnish the house, and some. I overspent basically expecting that I was always gonna make the same amount of money. Within 2 years of me moving, my income was like halved. So I was completely screwed because I was already up to eyeballs in debt and I didn't see a way out of this financially. I thought that I had completely screwed myself up entirely for the rest of my life. So just that, okay, was one big problem that was going on. Then my personal life started to unravel. You know, I was with a significant other. I'm no longer with her since 2017, by the way. My current, you know, my wife and everything I met after that, okay? So anyway, I had been with this, you know, this girl for a while, and we decided to move and start a life together. And at first it was fine, but basically as soon as stuff started to happen, like financial issues and heavy trolling on the internet, basically our whole relationship fell apart. Like, we just stopped wanting to spend time together. We didn't really talk that much. We lived in the same house, but we weren't really interacting that much. She went off and got a job for herself and was hanging out with her own friends while I was at home all the time working to pay the bills and keep the house, basically. So the entire thing had fallen apart. I mean, it got to the point where we weren't barely talking or interacting. And it sucked because, you know, at that point, there's no privacy. We live in the same house. So how do you have any privacy to yourself when you're living with someone who's almost just like a roommate, right? It was just messed up. Now, the thing is, we didn't want to tell the internet about that because everyone would just turn it into drama. So we lied and we fibbed and we basically made a bunch of stuff up constantly There was a couple times we tried to make it still work. We went on a trip once to Seattle, and maybe this trip is like kind of the last straw where it will click again and things will work out. But it just didn't work out, all right? It was destined to fail. It really wasn't a good relationship to begin with, to be honest with all of you, okay? Anyway, so my personal relationship was falling apart at the seams. I was up to my eyeballs in debt. I was constantly being trolled all the time. And so basically what I saw was that this room, this office, as I called it back then, now I call it more of a studio because I have so much fancy stuff in here now. But back then I just considered it my office, right? My workspace. This was literally the only room in the house where I could be private, where we didn't have a shared space where she would have access to it. You know what I'm saying? When I was in here and the door was closed, that's me time, right? Problem being, she was almost always home. Yes, she had a job, so there was a few times a week when she went to work. For the most part, the only time that I got to myself, to be for myself here, was here in this room. So how did this situation happen? Well, I was insanely stressed out. We weren't really together. You know, I was at my wit's end. I wanted some private time, and I idiotically tried to squeeze in some private time at the only time that I could, like literally as I was starting my work stream, which is the stupidest thing you could possibly do, but it wasn't like I was in my right mind. I was insanely stressed out. I was doing dumb things. I mean, daily people were baiting me into doing rage bait shit on stream. And, you know, like I said, it was just a very different time of my life. And I'm so happy now things are so very different. I'm much wiser. I'm older. I don't usually, you know, fall for dumb shit like that. I do still sometimes, but not all the time. And things are just a lot different now. Okay, I'm so happy that I met my wife, and I'm happily married, and we have such a great life together. Like I said, my home life outside of this room is amazing. It's really, really good, and it's actually getting better now that things are better with support, where we can take extra days off. Like this week, we're gonna have an extra day off. We can spend time together. It's gonna be really, really good. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So this room was basically my one escape from this depressing life that I had behind the scenes, you know. And I know that sounds messed up. It really was. Like, it really was dysfunction. It was a split existence where we had to keep up appearances to make everyone think that we were still happy and together. I mean, I'm not even kidding. We basically weren't together almost the full 2 years that we still lived together. Because remember, we moved out here in 2014. I would argue probably it was around middle to late 2015 that the whole thing fell apart. And then we still were together, but not really. Until, what was it, like the beginning of 2017? I want to say it was February, March 2017 when we broke up and she moved out. So, I mean, think about being like a prisoner in your own house for like a year and a half. You're stuck with someone who you really don't have feelings for. They don't have feelings for you. You're trying to make it work. It's not working. You have no way to really be separated because it's not like this is a humongous house where like I can't live on the top floor and she lives on the bottom floor. Like, you know what I mean? So it was a pretty messed up situation. And that's why it happened, because here I am trying to basically have a moment for myself of relief before a stream. And I'm just trying to, like, you know, fit it in when I really can't do it at any other time. And I'm idiotically even trying to do it when the stream is live. That was insanely stupid. Like, the most dumb thing I could have done. And of course, now I know that and admit that. But back then, I just didn't give a shit. Honestly, to be honest, remember, this was also the year when I was trying to rebrand myself as KO Gaming, and I was doing a whole edited content channel on YouTube. So in my mind, things were already falling apart and it wasn't working. Like, YouTube was falling apart. I was losing money constantly, losing viewers constantly. My relationship was breaking up. My financials were awful. Everything was bad in my life. So I was like, fuck it. I don't even care anymore. I don't care about the risks I take. I don't care about nothing because nothing's working anyway. So who gives a shit? You know, I was really depressed. 2016, yeah, I was really, really depressed that year. I wouldn't be surprised if you look back at stuff I did in 2016, shaking my head at like, geez, this guy was so angry at everything. I really was. I was very upset that things that were turning out that way. I thought that I was basically gonna have to stop doing YouTube and I was gonna probably have to give up the house. That's what I thought ultimately, is that I was gonna have to lose my house. I was already losing my relationship. I was probably already gonna lose my house. I was gonna lose everything, you know what I mean? So it was just a really messed up time. But like I said, I'm glad I got past it, and now I'm stronger for it. The most embarrassing thing that could have happened to me has already happened, and now I have the rest of my life to focus on, instead of worrying about what's the next thing. There is no next bad thing, really. It's already all behind me, the worst stuff. Okay, I know that was a long story, but it is a long story. We have some more contributions to shout out. So we have Stalking Tiger, who did a $4 super chat and said, I am not Iron Chef Sakai. I'm just letting you know. Thank you for letting me know. Then we have Tiak Yak, who did a $10 super chat, who says, we have all had embarrassing moments like that. Maybe not quite exactly like that, but you handled it better than I would have and better than most here would have. Again, I think because I laughed at it, because I acknowledged how ridiculously embarrassing but also funny it was, it basically made it funny but not important. That's the best way I think I can put it. Like, yeah, it was funny and it was embarrassing, but it also wasn't important in the scheme of things. It was one moment in time that's stupid, that I'll never live down. You know, people always make fun of me for that. You know, for as long as I live, and I'm okay with it. But dude, it was 9 years ago. I don't care, right? Bring it up as much as you want. Who cares? It doesn't affect me now. It has nothing to do with anything, right? Like, I'm already so far past it. I'm a whole lifetime ahead of it now. You know what I mean? So, Prana did a $2 super chat. Is this group therapy or a gaming stream? This is the late night chill stream. This is where we hang out and we talk about all kinds of different topics while I do truck sim deliveries. And it's always like it. So if you like this level of interaction, you're in the right spot. I received a $2 tip. So from Ding Dong Die, he says, I'm watching your old Sega CD FMV games on your channel. The Supreme Warrior playthrough had me in stitches. I'm begging you, react to it one day or at least put parts in your highlight playlist. Have a great night. I think I could. I think that one I could do. The ones I can't do are the Sega CD games that have the licensed music in them, which sucks because I know some of those were really funny, like the CNC Music Factory, the Crisscross, or the Marky Mark. Like, those are really funny, but I can't do those anymore. Like, those get like muted and blocked on YouTube. But like Supreme Warrior, I'm pretty sure I could still do. Maybe we will do that. All right, thank you for a $2 tip there. We are now at 208 and climbing, guys. Less than 100 to go to hit our second goal of the night. And if we hit that, that means we are so close to DSP Tries It. I would absolutely love to do DSP Tries It early this week, maybe on Wednesday. That would be cool. All right. So we are off. Now remember, this is a relatively easy job. It's just a straight shot across Iowa. It seems like Iowa's a pretty flat state, doesn't it? Doesn't Iowa just seem like a whole bunch of plains? Because we haven't seen a mountain. We haven't seen like a valley. We haven't seen like any significant geographical stuff. It's just drive straight. So maybe that is Iowa. Maybe that's actually an accurate representation of the state. That it's just pretty easy jobs. Nothing but cornfields, says Sneed Cobain. Maybe you're right, yeah. It's mostly farmland, says Sidious. Look at this, it's just a straight shot. I don't have to do nothing. I'm on cruise control. I don't have to touch the wheel. Look. Jesus, take the wheel. We're fine. Okay, I guess I have to do it. Jesus wasn't driving well. Okay. No one lives in Iowa? Well, then how does the state exist? Would I ever play Time Splitters? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I've heard the name, but I've never played it, so I just don't know about the game. Uh-oh, I might have to break here. Tony Silva did a $5 super chat. Dude, I remember your MVC2 vids back from the PS3 days. You're the reason I still play that game. Looking good, brother. Glad I came across your channel again. Well, Tony, welcome back to the channel. Glad to hear from you. Good to see you. Thank you for the support. Yeah, still doing my thing, just in a very different way. As you can see, now I'm more of an interactive streamer than I am any kind of a serious on-demand playthrough guy. My live streams are my focus now. Even though I still play games in their entirety often, I jump between games a lot now. I don't commit to beating every game I play anymore. It depends on if the audience likes it or not. It really is more based on feedback of who's going to show up, who's going to like my streams and support them, rather than, oh, I bought a game and now I have to beat it from start to finish and, you know, commit to serious playthroughs. I used to be the serious playthrough guy on YouTube who would get a game right away and beat it right away, and I'm definitely not that anymore. As you can see tonight, all we're doing some jobs in truck sim, we're talking, we're chilling, we're having a good time. Thank you, Tony, for that super chat. That was $5. That gets us up to 213 of support. What are the chances that I can do this cross-armed? Let's see. Can I do this cross-armed? We're about to find out. Oh, that was bad. Don't drink and update the leaderboard and drive at the same time. Bad idea. But I pulled it off. There we go. Very nice. 213. So 87 to go, and we're only just about hitting the halfway point of our stream tonight. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Very good. The villain says, Phil, Amazon is pulling out of the Google Play Store August 20th. It no longer will be active. Amazon wants to focus on its products like Fire TV and Fire Tablet. What do you mean? What does Amazon have on the Google Play Store? Besides the Prime app? What do you mean the app? Well, how would you order Amazon products if you can't order it on a Google phone? What does that mean? That doesn't make any sense at all. Why would they cut off half their customer base? How would you order something from Amazon if you can't use the app on a Google phone? I'm so confused. Oh, wait. You're saying the Google phone. I don't have a Google phone. No, I'm really confused. How would you still be able to get the app, just not off of the Play Store? How would you get it? Like, I have the Samsung Droid phone, right? So, how would this work? Because I shop at Amazon all the time. We get stuff delivered here all the time. And obviously, we don't have iPhones anymore. My wife and I both have Samsungs. So how would you... I don't understand. Amazon App Store is apparently shutting down. What is Amazon App Store? What are you talking about? So basically you're saying don't use the app anymore. You'd have to go to the website and order through the website. I mean, that's stupid, I guess. That's really stupid. It's not terrible, but it's just more of a hassle. How does that make any sense? Every single service has an app. Seriously, any business, anything, everything uses an app. Now they're going to say you can't use our app anymore? Well, okay, let me ask you this then. If you can't get the Amazon app from the Play Store, can you still get it from somewhere else? As long as that, it doesn't matter where you get it, as long as it works. I'm so confused. As long as you can get the Amazon app, I don't give a shit. We already have it anyway. You know, we just need to be able to have updates for it and stuff, you know? I'm sure if this is really happening full speed, they're going to explain to everyone. They're not going to be like, oh, so, by the way, unless you have an Amazon phone, which no one has, by the way, unless you have an Amazon phone, you can't order products from Amazon anymore. So you're going to shut your business down overnight? I don't think so. What's up, Vietnamese comrade? How you doing? Do I like my Droid phone? I love my Droid phone. My Droid, I'm not even kidding, I like it way better than iPhone. Like, iPhone was cool when I had it over a decade ago, because it really did feel like a big advancement. Before then, I had a BlackBerry. Yes, that's right. Before Apple iPhone, I had a BlackBerry, and I had it for a while because I liked it because it had a full keyboard without the touchscreen. It had real clicky buttons instead, and I liked that. But after the BlackBerry, I wanted something new, and I got the iPhone. I liked it, but, you know, iPhone, it's proprietary. You have to learn all the stuff. It's kind of new. But once you get used to it, it's fun. But I just got tired of Apple being so expensive. So I got the Droid. It was actually my wife. She talked me into it. She says, I used to have a Droid. I think we should get Droids. You're going to like it. It's cheaper than iPhone. I said, all right, you know, So I tried it, and immediately within like a month of having it, I liked it way more. Like, it just seems easier to use. It's actually even more intuitive than the Apple products were. Quite frankly, I just think they're more user-friendly. You know, they use more universal things like the standard USB charger and stuff like that. Easy to do stuff with other devices, sync them and stuff, while the Apple stuff sometimes was a pain. Yeah, I just like it better. Overall battery life better as well than the iPhone. It just is. Like, the battery on my Droid is much better than any battery I had on any iPhone I ever owned. I know. That's what's funny is Apple now switched to USB-C because so many people said to them, "You're nuts. We don't want to use your dumb charger anymore." Oh, come on, way station, seriously? Oh, we're at the end of the job and we have to go to the way station. That sucks. Is it coming up? Yeah, it's right here. All right, at least it's right here. It'll be quick. We're right at the end of the job. Yeah, look, it's all like rolling planes out there and stuff. So Iowa's kind of unique, huh? Yeah, my brakes are not working right. What it must be is that, the weight is very heavy. Yeah, have a safe journey. This is a super heavy load I have, so the brakes don't stop as well because it's like a super heavy load that we're delivering. Okay. All right, we're almost there, guys. I'm done with my drink, so I hope that we deliver and we're getting another one. Darkbank says they did switch to USB-C, but they capped the charging speed. It's pretty lame, just so they can create their own high-speed charging cable in the future. Screw Apple. I'm so happy I cut the cord there. Seriously, because I had both an iPhone and then I got an iPad. So really, I was like dead on doing so much Apple stuff. Like, I had so many devices that were Apple devices. So I was like all in on Apple. And then after a while, I realized, wow, that really wasn't worth it. I shouldn't have gone all in on Apple and just, you know, I actually like the Droid stuff better. I also have, I didn't even tell you guys this, did I? I have a tablet. I have a Samsung Galaxy Tab. Yeah. Because that's what I was watching wrestling on. I bought a tablet to watch wrestling. And it's really good. I love it. It wasn't even expensive. It was only like $200-300, and it's like full HD and everything. It's super good. All right, we're definitely gonna make the job here. Burrito Masucci. Burrito Masucci? Burrito Masucci. Just they're 9 months as a member and says, FYI, the Amazon shopping app is staying. They're not shutting it down. Okay, that's what I figured. Why would they shut down the Amazon shopping app and stop people from shopping on Amazon overnight? They'd be morons, right? Okay. No, I didn't get the ginormous tablet. I got like a small to mid-sized one. It's not even the high-end one. It's only, I think it's only 1080p. Yeah. Here we are. Because I know, listen, they have like extremely expensive high-end tablets you can get that are like 4K. I didn't go there. I just got a cheap one. I just wanted something that I could watch TV, movies, and, you know, wrestling, you know, not on the phone. And I did. It's really good. Excuse me. Okay. No, $200-300 is not expensive for a tablet. It's some of the high-end, like, if you want a 4K tablet, they're like $500-600, and I wasn't gonna drop that. I think mine was between $200-300 when I got it, if I remember correctly. Okay, so we leveled up. We leveled up, everyone. Let's get our upgrade. So did we do? No, we have one more. So after this upgrade, we now have all hazardous cargo unlocked, and then we'll start working on some of these bonuses. See these different bonuses. What's the long distance bonus? Higher reward for deliveries longer than a certain distance. That's all it is. It's higher rewards. Oh, these unlock longer deliveries. Oh, I had no idea that we could have been unlocking longer deliveries all along. Seriously. Well, I want to do that then. I want to unlock longer deliveries. We'll do that instead. Yeah. Man, we might be able to do an insanely long delivery from like one end to the other end of our driving map, but we just have to keep doing rest and refueling, right? That could be interesting. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get. Okay, all right. Guys, it is time for the break. I'm gonna go get another drink, and we're gonna have another hour of Truck Sim when I get back. We'll do another, Iowa run. I don't know if we'll stay in Iowa. We've done 2 already. Maybe we'll stay in Iowa. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll leave Iowa and we'll go do something else. I'm not sure. But more coming. Thanks for watching. See you in the next part.